do? Been a few days. Today we're gonna be reacting to what are we doing to white people. Let's get right into it. I've been noticing this myself. Let's get into it.
Let's talk about what we're doing to white people. There's been something going on for a while now that we're being told not to notice. More to the point, that we're asking white people not only to ignore, but to accept. The rising tide of racial hatred against white people. In the past decade, there has been a noticeable cultural shift in what constitutes acceptable speech as it relates to white people. Back when I was a kid, in the early 2000s, the mainstream American culture preached about respecting each other's differences and not seeing color. Nowadays, we say that not seeing color is racism, that you must see color.
Yeah, he's not lying. He ain't lying. I noticed that in the past few years. I would say like in the past like 5 years or so, I've been noticing like in mainstream media, especially in every facet of life, but especially in mainstream media, there's been like a targeted attack. I noticed a targeted attack on especially heterosexual white men. Gay white men, not so much. Mainly heterosexual white men. It's been like, if anything goes wrong, if there's any problem, it's somehow their fault. Like, it could rain today because of the white man. The white man is the cause of global warming. That's why it's raining, my brother. It's like it's always something. It's like, bro, goddamn, everything ain't the white man's fault. Some things is just the way it is just because. Because everything is not the white man's fault. But let's see what you got to say.
But the more I see how things are unfolding, the more I'm convinced that this is wrong. Back then, saying something offhanded about white people were seen as not appropriate, just as it would be to say something offhanded about people of any other race. But that soon gave way to our current times, in which there
And the reason too, well, I notice why a lot of like, especially a lot of black people won't like, they see it but they won't talk about it because it's not, because for us, especially black people throughout, we've always been at the bottom. You know what I'm saying? And we've always been the one being targeted when shit is going on. Not like in mainstream media, like, oh, even there, yeah, I could say that. It's like we've always been like, oh, the robbers, the thieves, the criminals. We've always been targeted, you know what I'm saying, since the beginning of time. So now that there's been a shift, and that's like, not even like, oh, okay, let's spread out the blame equally and distribute it to everybody equally. Now it's like, no, it's the white man's fault. And if you say anything about black people, I noticed that too. If you say anything negative about a black person, and it's not really like in any type of derogatory way, oh no, your whole platform is gone. You're done. But if you say, oh, white men are the devil, it's like, okay. It's weird. I'll be noticing, I'll be like, god damn, this is a complete 360. Like, you could say anything about any white man. If he's straight, if he's a homosexual, that's different. But if he's straight, you could say anything about him, and it's like, okay. I've noticed that, and I never thought we'd be in a time or age where we'd reach to this point. It's crazy.
There exists virtually no limit to what racial minorities can and do say about white people. I believe this is the natural outgrowth of a perverse ideology that teaches us that every societal ill, is the fault of white people, and that whatever prejudice acts we may inflict upon them does not constitute discrimination because we don't have the power to discriminate. And alarmingly, this is particularly pronounced in the younger generation. But is it true?
And that's another thing I've noticed. Older people, not so much. But anybody, all these Gen Z, anybody born from the year 2000 onward, all of them think like that. Everything is the heterosexual white man's fault. Everything. Everything negative going on in their life. It could be the most vague bullshit. To them, it's a white man's fault. I'll be like, yo.
Do we not have
These people have lost their mind.
Well, let's see.
And
first, let's take a
it's to the point where it's like motherfuckers is not trying to say or accept, take accountability for anything. Because when you doing it, when you got that mindset of everything is the white man's fault, then nothing that goes wrong in your life, you're gonna be like, okay, maybe I fucked up, maybe I should adjust, maybe I should think about whatever, change up some things. You're gonna be like, nope, The reason why I didn't succeed because of the white man. It's like, all right.
Take a look at the
Stop
racial hatred
biting me.
at the interpersonal level. In today's society, it has become somewhat fashionable to think things and say things about and to white people that would not be acceptable if it was said about any other race. And we're being taught that this double standard is not wrong, that it is rather a form of
It's a devil right here. I know he like, oh my god, he's so tiny, he's so cute. No. All he do is bite feet, bro. Jumping and attacking your feet all day. Well, my bad, because she's a girl.
Of empowerment. They'll attribute negative experiences that they've had with white people to their whiteness. You had an argument in line at the grocery store with a white person. They were acting entitled because they were white.
Yeah, it's like everything is entitled. It's like, how about no? They probably just cut you off because they're an asshole. That person could just be a dick. It don't have nothing to do with, oh, they got privilege. That's why they're a dick. No, I know plenty of people that's dicks. And they're broke.
Beyond the people in my circle, I noticed that many people of color have this sort of blasé attitude. An attitude most particularly pronounced when there are no other white people around. Things are being said not just behind closed doors, but out in the open. Not just between close friends, but between complete strangers. So here's the thing. This is something that I've experienced countless times, so I know that there are other people who are experiencing it too. I know it must resonate with at least some of you. The difficulty here is that no matter how many anecdotes I share, they are just that, anecdotes. And people who refuse to believe that this is happening will just chalk it up to my experiences being a fluke. Or worse yet, they'll say I'm lying. So I've compiled some TikTok videos. I want you to take a look.
TikTok is a cesspool of saying a whole bunch of dumb shit and not getting your page canceled. But if you say anything that's goes against the dumb shit, for some reason your page will just get like blocked. It's just strange how that happens.
That the things that are being said about white people, especially by the younger generation,
it's crazy. I'll be like, when did this become like the narrative? Or like it's almost like the popular thing to say. And a lot of things, if it's popular, people are just gonna jump on the trend, and hating on white people is popular. Now it's cool. If you don't do it, something wrong with you. That's how it is. And I was like, oh, you don't think the white man has to blame for everything? Clearly something's wrong with you. It's like everything, every negative thing that happened in your life is because of the patriarchy and the white man. It's like, god damn, bro. Accept some accountability for something. God damn it, leave my feet alone. Come here, come here.
Ask
come
yourselves, where does this lead to years down the line?
You have a token white, and you're hanging out with your friend group of color. You need to ask permission from everybody in the group to bring your white friend. Like, don't just...
You see what I'm saying? What are you talking about? Ask everybody in the group for permission to bring your white friend. What the fuck? If I'm hanging with my homeboys and he pull up and he got a white boy with him, I'm like, okay. If I don't know, I'm be like, yo, like, I'm gonna be a little weird, like, who the fuck? I'm be like, who is this dude? It's not gonna be like, who's this white boy you hanging with? I don't give a fuck what race he is. It's gonna be like, who the fuck is this dude? Oh yeah, he cool. Da, da, da. All right, cool. You don't have to give me a heads up, like, yo, a Caucasian's coming. Like, that's never happened to me. And I would be weird if you say that. I'll be like, why the fuck are you telling me that? Like, yeah, I'm bringing like this girl. I'm bringing this girl over. Like, yeah, my girl, I'm inviting my girl or whatever. She's white. It's like, I don't give a fuck. Why are you telling me that? Why are you telling me that? I don't care. Why do that have to be an announcement?
Don't just bring them. I might not be in the mood to deal with white shenanigans that day. That's all I'm saying. And another thing, it feeds into their ego. Like, don't let them think they're a good.
She said white shenanigans. What is white shenanigans?
Indigenous people of color. And sometimes I really don't know what to say, but here's one easy way. Just don't have babies.
Can single-handedly cause the white genocide that they are so afraid of. With 2.25 billion Asian women and 500 million white men, baby, it'll only take 2 generations. In 2 generations, there will no longer be any blonde-haired...
These are some things I noticed about white American
Bro,
culture.
what the fuck? Okay. Let's just keep it real. All these TikToks and all these people saying these things is racist. Like, what the fuck? That's straight up what it is. You don't, like... Because I'm not hearing really none of them is giving no reasons why. None of them is really giving no reasons why they feel this way. They just saying random, crazy, preposterous things. Like, you want to get rid of the blonde white woman? Why? Why do you want to do that? What is the blonde white woman doing to you? And why are you biting me?
Culture, being grounded is a punishment to them. That's what they call punishment.
She got to go outside.
The least grounded, least balanced, most destructive race considers being grounded a punishment? Yeah. They also say really violent phrases. They say things like, kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Why do we have to kill the birds? Why is everything so...
People are mentally ill. That's gotta be it. Nobody's talking about killing the birds. It just means, like, if you could get 2 things done at once, you know what I'm saying, you save some time. It's just common sense. It's obvious, like, okay, if I could do these 2 things simultaneously and get it out the way, instead of doing this one thing and then coming over and getting this thing done, kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
So violent. It's almost like one's language and
or
phrase.
If I do this thing and that's gonna lead to this thing happening, and I want both of them things to happen, I do this and that eventually is gonna lead to that, killing 2 birds with 1 stone.
This reflects one's nature.
You're mentally ill. Bitch, you're crazy. What are you talking about? And that's the thing. They all fucking nuts, but they really think they be giving some game. Like, listen to this game, I'm telling you. Listen to this knowledge. Like, you're not saying anything. Get some help.
New Jeffrey Dahmer movie on Netflix.
That shit was good. I ain't gonna lie, that shit was good.
Example of the sensationalization of white violence. People have a much easier time sympathizing with white criminals than they do with black victims. People think these shows...
I mean, I don't know. I personally don't know. I didn't ask anybody. I didn't go around and got a survey. But I don't think nobody, it was like the biggest show on Netflix, I don't think nobody's watching Dahmer like, I feel bad for him. I don't think nobody at the end of that show felt bad for him. You might have thought like his parents, is the cause, had a big part to play in what happened to him, but you're not going to be like, I felt so bad for him. He's a good guy. Nobody says that. What the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about? He was a fucking mass murderer. What are you saying? The show was lit and it was entertaining and had a lot of funny moments and people made memes about it.
These shows are harmless, but they actually contribute to a much bigger issue. It contributes to the viewpoint that white people are less violent than everyone else, and white violence is something.
How did watching Jeffrey Dahmer, a white man, kill a bunch of people, mostly black people actually too, how does that give off the narrative, or they trying to paint a narrative that white people are just good people? Look at this white man murdering all these black people for no reason. Look how good we are. That's the exact opposite of what you would think people would get from that. They're showing you a serial killer, a white man, killing a bunch of people, mostly minorities. They're obviously not trying to paint a picture that look how good white people are. Like, this bitch is crazy. People are insane.
Yeah, that's it.
What is with Caucasian people and like their inability to like read a fucking room? Like, y'all act like you don't understand shit.
And you know what's funny? How people do it and they outwardly do it so like bold and don't care and nothing happens and it is what it is. If you don't see people like talking about black people like that, like, oh, the black man, he's just bold out like that. Come on, they page would get canceled. Somebody just reported some racist shit and the shit would be canceled. I'm pretty sure a lot of white men be seeing this and like they'll probably report, what the fuck is she talking about? They probably report it, but her page not coming down. Their page don't come down. But if she was talking about black people like that, black people just can't fucking read the room. They just so loud and obnoxious. They would have been like, the fuck? 2 people report that, boom, that shit is gone. That shit probably wouldn't even got posted. but you get to post this. It's like, it's weird. I don't know what the fuck's going on in this world.
Because y'all be the first ones during a conversation about the Holocaust to get so mad when black people be like, you do realize that the original Jewish people were black, right? White people do not need to explain to anybody about us all bleeding red because, baby, you all are the people that need to learn that lesson. Clearly, history shows that you all are the people.
That shit almost got 17,000 likes.
That like to pillage and eradicate, enslave and oppress, attempt to suppress greatness because you all simply don't have it, right?
Here go y'all cum goblins who don't even live in the fucking city. Which, by the way, the Q-tip people are the last ones to ever talk about somebody stealing anything. Y'all wouldn't be in this country had it not been for y'all stealing it. So y'all are more focused on people looting and trying to get necessities and things that they need. And yes, a TV is a fucking necessity. Thank you, Buffy. You.
And that's what, like, annoys me a little bit sometimes. It's like, oh my God. Trying to justify, okay, everybody knows that white people in the past have committed some serious atrocities. But so have most people across the world. Most people across the world kill each other, rob and steal from each other. You rob and steal who you next to. You think people in Africa is just living peaceful and is just like, people, they're killing each other over there too. There's wars going on all the time. It happens all over the world. There's white people in other parts of the world. Russia and the Ukraine is killing each other right now. Those are two Caucasian groups of people and they just kill each other. That's just what it is. It's war. Shit happens. But what she had said, I forgot what the fuck what she was saying. Oh, but trying to justify motherfuckers robbing in stores and stealing Gucci bags and Louis shoes. That's we getting reparations. It's like, come on, stop with the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? It's like you just trying to get some free shit. You ain't stealing for your ancestors. Like, stop, motherfucker. If you want to get some free shit, get some free shit. But don't try to justify like, yeah, because black people were slaves once. Like, bro, get the fuck out of here, bro. That's not why you stole them Gucci's. You ain't steal them Gucci's because black people were slaves once. Like, stop trying to justify shit with bullshit.
You feel like you're better than because people are.
If you're gonna commit a crime, commit the crime and deal with the consequences. Straight. If I'm doing something, if I'm committing a crime, it is what it is. When I get locked up, it is what it is. I'm not gonna be like, the white man made me do it. Like, what the fuck? Unless they put a gun to somebody and said do it, that you can't blame them. You have a choice. Don't commit the crime.
If you can find it in your heart this holiday season,
oh my God.
The discriminated white fund, you'd be helping millions.
Nothing says high protein like cicadas and cheese. Make sure you.
And nothing says caucasity like that right there.
What caucasity looks like?
Caucasity? What the fuck? I'll be on TikTok sometimes, but goddamn, I don't be see because I don't really like look into these type of stuff. It gotta like pop up with my algorithm, but I don't really see this type of shit. This is funny.
Roaming Asian grocery stores like it's an amusement park.
Explain to me why white people don't wear shoes outdoor, but wear shoes inside.
Okay. That is weird. I'm not gonna lie. Especially the white girls. Like especially when they get drunk, they just take their shoes off. I mean, like, black girls do it too, but they gotta get like real fucked up. And most of the time, they still figure it out. They still walk. I guess they don't want their feet to get dirty, but white girls, they give a fuck, especially they drunk. Most of the time, it's usually like when they drunk, they be like, bitch, take my shoes off or whatever, and they walk barefoot. I understand. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I do see like white girls doing that.
Both white women.
But I don't know why they say like they just walk around bare feet. Like, they don't just walk around bare feet. There's a reason why they barefoot, and I'm positive. I don't know them two girls, but I'm positive they was drunk. They let it go to a goddamn Waffle House 3 o'clock in the morning after drinking 6 bottles of Henny.
Simply by existing.
It's white cis men who are.
You see what I'm saying? And I just discovered this not too long ago. Cis means you identify as the sex you was born with.
Ideology of fascism. That is a true threat and the terrorism to this country.
If BIPOC stand in the street and scream at the top of their lungs, I hate all white people, I want all white people to go die, die white devil, you cracker bitch, That's still not racism.
How?
You're not one of...
How is that not racism? Reverse it. Somebody in the street say niggas die, all black people burn to hell, you nigga, big nose niggas. It's the same shit. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
One of the good white people. Right? Stop separating us from the
I was watching Matt Walsh the other day. He was talking about, I didn't see it, but he showed a clip with the CEO of Chick-fil-A. I don't know what it was, like some conference or whatever. They sitting around. Some black dude there. He gets up and start brushing his shoes off like basically like referring back to slavery. Like, I'll get down on my knees and I clean your shoe. I was like, oh, bro, I was so embarrassed. You could see the black dude is like, what the fuck is going on? Like, why you get the fuck, bro? It's all right, bro. You didn't enslave nobody. I know it's all right. Get the fuck up off the ground and embarrassing yourself, bro. If it was anybody, I see anybody doing that, I'm gonna be embarrassed to them. It's like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? Get up. Get up right now. Stop embarrassing yourself. Why the fuck are you down on the ground?
Bad white people.
Brushing off my shoe. It's like, and you're so embarrassed, you just gotta sit there like, oh, yeah, it's okay. But in your mind, you're like, bro, what the fuck is he doing?
Raping people, the ones enslaving people.
And I'll say it. I hate being white.
What the fuck?
Yeah, which means I'm one of the good ones.
I hate.
All white people are inherently racist.
Yeah.
Can you be racist against white people?
Based off of the definition of racism, yes, but it's not gonna hurt them and hurt their opportunities like it does people of color.
I mean, I don't think.
Well, technically you can.
No, I don't think white people take, like, when you say like, oh, cracker. I don't think they take it as. It doesn't like how I'd feel for a black dude when you call him a nigga. I don't think it's the same, but racism is racism.
You can't oppress the oppressor.
You see what I'm saying? She got almost 500,000 views on that, likes. Come on, this is crazy.
Racist to white people. It's impossible. The system is not set up that way. You can insult white people, but it is not racism. Me calling a white person a tub of mayonnaise and a flower-looking ass, that's not racism.
You went all the way to Africa to physically take black people from their homes, shove them in on boats where a lot of them got disease and died. Tell them where they could sit on a bus. Tell them which schools they could go to, which water fountains they could use, which bathrooms they could use, and that's sugarcoating it. Those are just terms. I'm not even describing all the disgusting things that happen, and they don't even want revenge. They are letting you guys skate by asking for equal rights. That's it? And you're still saying no? They are not as angry as they should be. Y'all are getting off easy and you're still saying no? Fuck you.
Some people look at that and chalk it up to the crumbling of the class. That's the idea that when you have a power disparity, the less powerful sort of has this general society given leeway to complain about the more powerful. The villagers complaining about their king doesn't have the same ring as the king making snide and crude comments about the villagers. But that's not what's going on here. Because although certain segments of our society refuse to believe this, even as evidence mount before our very eyes, in one side of the political aisle, people of color actually have greater power than white people. That is the truth that is not being acknowledged by the people that need to hear it, because this gets in the way of them wielding that power in the way they want, malignantly. I've heard from somewhere that politics is downstream of culture, and I think that is certainly correct. We have a mainstream culture that tells us it's okay to hold prejudice and hateful view of white people, and our politics is then infused with this energy, and we see active, overt, and on-the-books racial discrimination of white people that those who are perpetuating this hatred is refusing to see as discrimination. They'll say, no, 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 this is remediation. These are the same people who are making tenuous arguments that some of our race-neutral laws discriminate against people of color. And this is certainly evidence that in one side of the political aisle, people of color have more power than white people. Because if we didn't have the power, we wouldn't be able to put into place practices and policies that does this. That's what power is. Things like Minneapolis local government agreeing to a contract with the teachers union that says white teachers must be fired first.
Get the fuck out of here. Furious, Minnesota's teachers union negotiates clause requiring white educators to be laid off first regardless of seniority to make up for the past discrimination rule as part of the contract that ended 2-week strike this past March. What the fuck is going on with these people? They're insane. This is insanity. How about this? the best person get the job. I believe in that. I strongly believe in that. The best man for the job. And seniority, nah, fuck that, bitch. I've been in for 15 years. You crazy? No, that's not how it go. No. These people have lost their mind.
New York City's government enacting a policy of having white seniors go to the back of the line on life-saving COVID treatment. A college professor that says white people should be killed and facing no repercussions. Cornell University banning white people from rock climbing lessons.
I'm not gonna lie.
Many instances of liberal...
One, most black people don't rock climb. So the majority of the people that's there is white people, and you're banning them from rock climbing? Like, oh yeah, it's too white dominated. Oh, these people are nuts. I knew it was bad, but I didn't know it was this bad. Like, they making laws? I thought it was just people talking shit on TikTok.
Doing the utmost to exclude and ostracize white students. BIPOC-only events equal no whites, but they don't have the guts to say that.
BIPOC?
Even though that is what that
What's
is.
What's a BIPOC?
That's what makes it different than the murderings of the
I don't know what the fuck is going on.
The villagers have surrounded the palace, demanding Mary Antoinette's head. The power dynamics have shifted. That is a fact. Progressive media outlets do not cover these stories. Some people out there have no idea that this is...
No, they gotta be blind.
But worse, some others out there...
I've been noticing it in media, like out here people say that out here.
And for those people to convince...
And the crazy part, most of the time I hear white people saying it. I would hear black people here and there saying it, but most of the time black people don't really like speak that outright. Even if they feel a certain way about something, they're not gonna be on TikTok. I usually see a lot of white people saying it just randomly, like, you have white privilege to another white person. I'd be like, what the fuck? It'd be like, is this opposite day? What the fuck going on? Why?
Convince themselves that this is not racial discrimination. They play mind tricks and word games. They use phrases and talking points like punching up. You can't be racist to white people. You can't oppress the oppressor. Meaning, I'm acting oppressively, but I've designated you as the oppressor, so everything goes. Or Ibram X. Kendi's infamous words. The only way to remedy past discrimination is current discrimination. Or when people say things like, what we're doing to white people is not racism, because racism is prejudice plus power, and we don't have the power. They use all this mind-bending apparatus to delude themselves into believing what they're doing faces no moral content. But in the back of their minds, perhaps in their subconscious minds, is racial revenge. We experienced it. You experienced it too.
But the reason why I can't even say racial revenge because there's a lot of people Chinese, or there's a lot of white people saying this, and it seems like the white people that have lost their mind even more. Like, you will see a black person saying something like, yeah, we need reparations, whatever. But the white people just be saying insane shit like, lady, you're white. Why would you say that? Why would you go against your own?
Have shifted such that white people will no longer constitute the majority. When the younger generation you've just seen have graduated from elite schools and hold positions of power,
and that's the thing, all of those are college kids. College ain't teaching you shit. Don't go there. There's nothing good there. What are they teaching you? Besides how to be fucking have pronouns in your bio and fucking blame the white man for everything. That's all they teach you in college.
Our government, corporations, entertainment, news media, and so forth, how they might, in wielding the levers of society, be able to rationalize, using their adult brain, the hatred that was embedded in their minds during their adolescence. What we're seeing is just the beginning. To the white people who are watching, I just want to say, you are not an oppressor for refusing to accept an ideology that teaches people to hate you, that teaches you that you are inherently bad, that your children are inherently bad.
Yeah, that's weird. I would never take that like, yeah.
No matter what you do or how you think.
I would never be down with that if I was white. I'd be like, these niggas bugging.
To redress harms that your ancestors may have done, or the racist actions of other white people. In fact, you are not an oppressor, period. You did not choose to be born white, just like any of us did not choose to be born in our race.
That's a fact.
And to ask of you, at the individual level, for example, to give your life in service of people of color, to be used as physical barriers at protests.
Yeah, I remember that.
To give away your house.
I remember that in the fucking, with the Black Panther shit, the girl was like, yeah, if you're white and you're going to see Black Panther, you need to stand in front and protect the black people that's coming in. I was like, this bitch is insane. What are you talking about? Who's the... And if I was a white person, even me as a black person, I'm watching it like, bitch, what are you talking about? Why would anybody do that? Are you dumb? Why would...
To black people instead of children, all actual things that have been publicly demanded of white people.
People are insane. I was like, this bitch is nuts.
It's morally reprehensible collective punishment. You are not under any.
And that shit got a lot of likes too. Because people, I'm pretty sure there's people under the comments like, yeah, you're right. Like, no, she's nuts.
You need to do this and you need to do that because you benefit from privilege. Thing is bogus. It is just a way for people harboring racial animus to attack you, to say that the accomplishments you've achieved in your life isn't yours, and to silence you. It is not you. It is this ideology that is wrong and perverse. It is one cloaked in a shroud of pseudo-justice and self-righteousness, all the while excreting toxic fumes of racial hatred. It blames all white people for the actions of their ancestors, something you have no control over, while absolving black people of personal responsibility for their own individual actions by holding that black people commit acts of harm, for example, towards another community. That's a fault of white supremacy. White people are controlling them like puppets on a string. It's a backwards, transgressive ideology.
That's a fact. Niggas killing each other every day in the hood. You can't blame white people for that.
Racist or bigoted. If you refuse to accept their premise in your head, but are too afraid to voice your opinion, you're neither a coward nor a bad person. If you're of a liberal bent, but there's a small corner in your brain telling you as you're watching this video that perhaps some of this is wrong, listen to your intuition. Maybe you think, oh, I agree with most of what the progressive left teaches about racial justice, but...
Here you go in the video right there. It's getting long. But I agree with what he's saying. I've noticed it. I've been noticing it for a few years now. I thought I was like, I smoke a lot of weed, so I'm like, I'm probably high. I don't know. You know, I'm like, I just, like, and I really started noticing it with, like, white people. Like, I'll hear them saying shit like, white people are the oppressors and white people are the devil. And I'm like, the fuck? You're white. That's why it was so weird to me, because I was like, because black people is not going to outright say certain things crazy like that. The most they'll be like, cracker, shut up. They might just call you a cracker, but they're not going to be like, or they might say the white devil. And like, I see that like in comedies, specials, or something, be like, whatever. But just on like, just making a video, and then talking, the white devil, like I've seen like a lot of white women, especially. Dudes, not so much. But I see a lot of white girls saying that. I'm like, how the fuck? It's cis white men are the problem. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? What are they saying? When did this become the narrative? I don't know. I have no clue. I don't know what's going on. But this world fucked up, you know what I'm saying? Get some pronouns in your bio, you know what I'm saying? I identify as God and King. I don't know about you, but that's what I identify as, so y'all better get with it. Call me, matter of fact, the Godly King. Word. Like and subscribe. Do it. Like and subscribe. I'll be back to y'all niggas with another one, you heard? Alright.